Rawlings Gold Glove Awards in New York City to celebrate the top defensive players in Major League Baseball.
We have exclusive access to meet the Gold Glovers. We're going to be asking them a bunch of sick questions, some personal trivia in there, quizzing them on their stats. Let's go.
We're also going to give one of you guys a jersey of these Gold Glovers, so stick around to figure out how you can win that, and let's get inside.
We're at the Plaza Hotel, same one from Home Alone 2. Real ones know. Got the fits on. Let's go, baby.
This place is crazy, super fancy. I literally had to go out and pick out this suit earlier today. Let's head upstairs and see who we can talk to. Chilling backstage now, they're preparing hundreds of plates beside us, and the platinum gloves are sitting right beside us. I'm thinking Bryce Terang in the NL and Dalton Varsho in the AL, but comment down below who you think's gonna win. We got some beautiful food we're about to chow down, and look who we bumped into the rest of the house. Maybe not the rest of the house, but guys, who do you think's gonna win the platinum glove tonight?
I'm gonna say Steven Kwan. I think Steven Kwan gets it. That's my pick.
Giménez, back to back.
Andrés?
Yeah. Let's go. Ian Happ.
Steven Kwan, platinum glove lock. Now let's eat. Just finished up dinner. That dessert was insane. Went absolutely crazy. I forget the name of it. Some sherbet flamfle or something. And right now we're backstage. And once the players get their Gold Glove Award, then they come backstage and then we get to interview them. Nice to meet you. What is your favorite defensive highlight this year?
Probably when I almost died in San Francisco. Comebacker.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, hot off the bat, came right at me. I went face down on the turf. Probably not a good pitch, but I made a pretty good play. Honestly, it hit me in the glove. Through the pitch, my glove was just kind of floating out here, and it just hit right there, spun around, hit the deck, third out of the inning. So it was nice to be able to have that and then get out of there.
Do you know how many errors you had last year?
In 24?
In 24, yeah.
I had zero.
Zero?
I can say yours is kind of boring.
I'm usually pretty good for throwing one down the right field line, maybe a couple. Last year I didn't make any, so that was I was proud of that.
¿Hablas español? Vamos, vamos. ¿Cuál fue tu jugada favorito este año?
Yo creo que fue la reciente que hice en playoff contra los Yankees, que Chiso lo batió. Yo creo que esa para mí fue muy bonita.
Bro, felicidades para todo en los playoffs, bro.
Muchas gracias por todo.
¿Sabes cuántos errores tuviste este año?
I'm pretty sure I know. It's gotta be 9.
Tengo aquí.
Gotta be 9.
9.
9, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to get to 10.
What was your favorite defensive highlight you had from this season?
There was a wild pitch. I think it's the first play I've ever had a wild pitch and actually got a guy home on. So like it hit off the backstop, was able to make a throw. So that was definitely my favorite one.
I had a double play in LA. Guy bunted right in front of home plate. It was a suicide squeeze basically. Tagged him out and then ended up throwing the guy out at first. So crazy, kind of a weird double play. Never really seen it. So
where do you find time to practice defense in the season?
For me, it's just like a pregame routine. So we'll just get out to the game like 45 minutes before, do 15 or 20 minutes of work. That's kind of my practice.
Yeah, I think it's just finding a good balance. Before the game, you kind of work on some stuff, get your body ready, because as a catcher, you're getting beat up a lot. So you got to be smart about doing your workload and balancing that with like scouting reports and working with pitchers. So
thanks so much. Yeah, nice to meet you. What was your favorite play that you made throughout the season, like defensive highlight?
I don't know. One doesn't really come to mind, but it was a fun year. I was fortunate enough to make enough of them, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it did something right, you know? You're sitting here. What is just the preparation like? How did you practice defense on a day-to-day basis?
Just kind of kept doing the same routine as normal. The only difference was Matt Chapman moved to the National League, so that was nice of him.
Nice.
Thanks,
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hello. Good, bro. You good? Yeah. Damn, bro. No, you look good, bro. Yeah, thanks. You got this? Me? You want it? No. This is for you. Okay. ¿Cuál fue tu jugada favorito este año?
Creo que fue la que hice en Cincinnati. La mostraron ahorita y fue cool. Se la hice la lancé bat hand y la lancé como arrodillado. Creo que esa fue mi favorita, la mejor que he hecho.
¿Cuándo fue ese año?
No sé, pero fue en Cincinnati. Sé que fue en Cincinnati.
Vamos a buscar el video.
Y lo ponen ahí. La gente va a saber.
¿Sabes cuántos errores que tuviste este año?
Sí, 8.
¿8?
Créeme, 8 errores. Esos fueron los peores días de mi vida. 100% seguro.
Yeah.
9.
¿100% seguro?
Okay, my bad.
Steve.
My God.
What's up, bro?
I'm good, bro.
What was your favorite defensive highlight this year?
I think it's got to be the one in the playoffs. Close game, Class A pitching, close moment. Ball barely got under the glove there. It looked like it bounced in there. I think that was just a fun one to be part of, and it was a big part in the game.
Do you know how many errors you had last year?
I think they set up there 1. I would not have known that before. I think that's the least I've made in my whole career, which is pretty cool.
Only 1 error, bro. Like, do you remember what it was?
It had to be a throwing error. I always make throwing errors, like hitting a cutoff, and then it goes off, guy takes another base.
Growing up, like, playing outfield, it was always kind of like the boring position. It's like kind of easy to take plays off. How are you able to focus for the entire game and just like never take a play off?
My first couple of years, it was easier when I had the pitch comm. It tells you what pitch is coming in and kind of keeps you locked in. This was my first year not having it, so to be completely frank, you don't stay locked in on all the pitches.
Yeah.
You kind of just have to fight as long as you can. Obviously, higher leverage parts, you're locked in a little better, but it's hard. It's definitely hard. Just sticking with the shortstop, they're going to keep you locked into the game. It helps when the pitches go fast, but yeah, it's definitely hard.
What was your favorite defensive highlight of yourself this year?
That's a really good question. There's one in Cleveland, double off the wall, turned around, threw it to second, got the guy at second base. So there's a couple good ones, but that was one that sticks out.
Do you know how many errors you had last year?
One in Pittsburgh, yeah.
What happened there?
It was kind of a slow roller. O'Neal Cruz was on second base. Charging him pretty hard because I thought he was going to run. I peeked up. He didn't run, but he did after I made the error.
I mean, that's the only one.
Yeah, there's one.
Mad impressive. What was your fielding routine?
First game of the series, I go out there and I make throws to second. So I'll make turn in the gap throws, down the line backhand throws, and then kind of straight at me. Then I shag BP and do the outfield prep for during batting practice. First game of every series, go out there, new grass, new environment, and just make those throws into second base.
I'm Eric.
Liam, nice to meet you.
What was your favorite highlight play you had this season?
Actually, it came in left field. I was in Seattle. I don't know who hit it. Gosman was pitching, and I ran straight into the wall. It was kind of one of those ones where I'm like, I knew I was running into it, and I just kind of accepted it at that point.
Just embraced it.
Yeah,
let it hit me.
Had to.
What's the day-to-day routine like? I mean, we see guys during BP, they all seem to sort of have like their things they do, but what do you do?
First half of the season is a little bit different than the second half. First half is just kind of doing what I'm still doing from spring a little bit, and then second half, it's kind of just toning it down a little bit, not really being out on the turf too much out in Toronto. Just trying to save myself for the game and just make sure that I'm ready and go compete.
What was your favorite defensive play you made this season?
Man, I got a couple that come to mind, but one of my favorites was the robbery in San Diego I had against Profar. One of my favorite center field catches of all time was Adam Jones in the WBC in San Diego.
Yes.
During BP, I'm like, man, I want to replicate that catch. And it wasn't the exact spot, but it was just a little bit over. I mean, cool home run robbery against Profar. He was one of my favorite teammates. Played with him the year prior.
We show up early, everyone's got their own routine, but what are you doing on a day-to-day basis, just like from a defensive standpoint?
My biggest thing is on-field BP or earlier BP. That's my favorite time to get reps because I feel like those on-field BP balls off the bat are the truest you can get towards the game-like situation. So I take those reps very seriously. I don't do much like small footwork drills or anything like that. It's mainly just like BP stuff.
What's up, boy? Hello, Danny.
¿Te gusta?
¿Cuál fue tu jugada favorito este año? ¿Cuándo y dónde?
¿Cuándo y dónde? Fue una al principio de la temporada en contra de Cleveland, un jonrón que le robé a José Ramírez. Sí, en el día de Jackie Robinson.
Sí.
Yeah.
¿Y sabes cuántos errores que tuviste este año?
Sí, creo que tuve 6 o 7 más o menos y la mayoría fueron en tiro, throwing.
7.
7, yeah.
Pero es increíble.
Sí.
Tu primer año en Grandes Ligas.
Sí.
Es increíble, bro. How are you? Liam.
Jared, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Jared.
What was your favorite defensive highlight of yourself this year?
No, I think they mentioned it a couple times, but in right field, I think it was pretty special. I went out there for one inning. I think it was the 9th or the 10th inning, and made a diving play. So that was pretty cool.
So you played all these different positions. What was your day-to-day fielding routine like? Would it change based on where you knew you were playing? How was it?
Yeah, I mean, pretty crazy. Like I was telling them, our manager was really good with telling us, if we're playing here and maybe somewhere else the next day. So just taking a lot of reps everywhere, really being ready. Especially like late in the game, switching positions and that sort of stuff. So,
what was your favorite defensive highlight of yourself this year?
I had one, the first play of the game, I robbed a homer in Arizona. It was Corbin Carroll hit it. It was my favorite because it hurt the most. That's when it's probably a good one. And I snapped my neck against the wall. And it was a good tone setter for the game, I think, and definitely one I'll remember.
Do you know how many errors you had last year?
I know 2 or 3.
3 in total.
3 in total.
Right, 1 in center.
Yeah, definitely. I think most of those are going to be thinking I can throw someone out and it's just going into the third base dugout.
3 errors in 162 games.
That's insane.
Two girls. I'm
Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota, I don't know that.
He said DR. ¿Cuál fue tu jugada favorito este año?
Que yo tuve fue una que cogí un fly con Houston, tuve que darle un fly, como dicen, y cogí la bola. Esa fue una de las jugadas con Minnesota y también con Atlanta, una que cogí un pop-up y esa fue una de las dos que más me gustaron.
¿Sabes cuántos errores que tuviste este año?
Yo creo que entre 3 o 4, no más de ahí.
3 o 4.
Let me see.
Aquí.
Check. Let me see. 3 o 4.
4.
Y creo que la última fue en junio.
Okay.
Antes del juego de estrella, creo que fue mi último error que tuve.
¿Qué pasó con los errores?
Happen. Esas son cosas que pasan y de los errores que uno aprende.
Pop up the clips now, but they're making the announcement outside. Bryce Terang and Cal Raleigh are going to be your Platinum Glove winners for 2024, and I think we're going to talk to Bryce as soon as he comes off. Congrats, man. Congrats. How you doing?
Appreciate it. Surprised, yeah, for sure. You know, it's cool. You know, all those guys out there, they're unbelievable defenders. They all won gold and they all had opportunities to win the platinum as well, and they're deserving of it as well, you know. And it's been a good time getting to know these guys and talk to them and hang out, and yeah.
Do you have a favorite player highlight you had from this season, if there's one in particular?
I don't know. I always like going to my backhand and making those throws. Those are always fun for me. Maybe the back-to-back diving plays when Tobias Myers was pitching, that was really cool. So,
do you know who the all-time leader is at second base for Gold Glove Awards?
Ooh, that I don't know. Is it bad?
No, I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, compared to the other positions, second base honestly is not one that's dominated. He had 10.
Can you give me a hint? Help me out.
The initials are RA that we have to move.
Yeah,
Buzzer beater, Roberto
Alomar?
Yeah, Alomar. Roberto Alomar.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Thank you, bro. When everyone is talking but me that the interview should be ending, I feel like maybe I should stop and say something.
That would have driven me crazy as a viewer to hear you say RA and then we just cut it.
Who is it? It's Roberto Alomar, guys. Come on, you should know that. Finishing the night off by getting up on stage and seeing the awards up close and personal. What else would you expect from us? We're the bad boys. We just find our ways around. What was your favorite defensive play you made this season?
There was one in LA that we had a double play. It was over the shoulder, caught that one, and then we turned a double play on it. So Lofton made a nice play, double play.
What's just the day-to-day routine? Obviously, everyone's got their own thing. We see it during BP, but what do you do to warm up?
Yeah, it's a little bit of something new every day, just because of you got to know how your body feels and just making sure you're ready for 7-10 more than anything. And so just trying to make sure that I'm ready. Our infield coach, Jose Augustil, we got a good routine throughout the whole year where we kind of do some side stuff and then take it to the field and just kind of little things to try to just make sure that get your body right for 7-10, but also make sure you're prepared.
Do you know who the all-time leader is at shortstop for Gold Glove Awards?
Is it Ozzie Smith? I don't know.
Yeah. Do you know how many he's got?
Is it 11, 12?
One more. 13. Lucky number 13, yeah.
The baseball card, wedding invitations, that's the coolest.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bro, your wedding gift? That's more JB's idea.
That was so sick. Shout out to all the Gold Glovers for winning this year, and shout out to Rawlings for having us out. Thank you so much, Rawlings. This was so cool.
That was so much fun. Now time to get back to you guys. Comment which Gold Glovers jersey you would want down below. Leave your Instagram there too, and we're going to be picking someone to win a jersey.
We got so much more coming up next. Stay tuned. Keep rocking with us. We out.